There is no more ADF in Uganda. Museveni. ADF was finished long time ago. A question. Now, who is terrorizing and killing Ugandans? Museveni. Museveni.
And armed people. Moreover, in this case, children. You are a criminal, a terrorist, and never to be called a fighter. If you want to be a war criminal, and you are not a terrorist, you are a rebel, an insurgent, but not a terrorist. But in this case, when you attack an armed people, you are both a traitor and also a terrorist and a war criminal. ADF attacking Uganda school children does not show ADF getting stronger. Because I had some people saying, oh, ADF is getting stronger. No. Attacking those children cannot be strength. It actually shows that the ADF was defeated long ago. By the time they committed the atrocities of Chubarara Seminary and Kishwamba Technical School on the 16th of August 1997 and the 8th of June 1998, respectively, they were already defeated. That's what I want you, the people of Uganda, to know, that ADF was defeated long ago. By the time they started doing these acts, they were already defeated. It meant then, and it means now, attacking those unarmed people, Nyabugando, Chiburara, Stramba, it meant then, that time, and it means now, that they could not attack anybody armed with a gun. When the ADF launched their first attack on Mpondwe on the 13th of November 1996, fully supported and armed with guns by Mobutu and Bashir of Sudan, 1,200 of them, their aim was to capture Mpondwe, which they did for a few days, proceed and capture Kasese airstrip so that Bashir lands weapons for them, and then, in coordination with Koi in the north, they would proceed to attack Kampala and overthrow the NRM government. That's what they planned. The attack on Mpondwe was to tackle us from the rear and give us a final blow. What happened? The ADF was blocked by the small forces near Mpondwe and contained there. After a few days, a massive counterattack was launched by the UPDF. 400 ADFs were killed and the whole group was dispersed. They now shifted to mainly rural terrorism, targeting unarmed civilians again. I can only remember a few cases where they attacked the detachments of the UPDF. We are to therefore build the anti-terrorism capacity of the country. Now, building this anti-terrorism capacity meant 4 measures. Here I have used the word targets, but it's the same thing. So the 4 measures which we put in place. Measure number 1, stop the ADF, COIN, and all those rebel groups from capturing power, because that's what they wanted, to capture power. So measure number 1,
okay,
don't allow them to capture power, to capture political power. Number two, stop them from controlling any part of Uganda. You remember when we were fighting for the whole period, for 4 years out of 5, the NRA was controlling the Ruero Triangle. So, number one, don't allow ADF, don't allow COIN and those groups to capture power. Number two, don't allow them to control any territory in Uganda. Number three, stop them from interfering with human settlements in the rural areas and the economic activities of the people. In other words, enable the IDPs to go back to their homes. Because you remember at one time, they had created a situation where people couldn't stay in the villages and had to run to the IDPs. So we had now to ensure that people did not live in IDPs, they went back to their homes. So that was measure number 3. And number 4, stop them from committing atrocities in Uganda like the one of Nyabugando. Because when you block them on all the other ones, then because of the weakness and because of their bankruptcy, that's why they think, if we cannot attack barracks, we cannot attack police, we cannot attack, let's kill people. Unarmed people, soft targets, so that the government is blamed and we can show that the government is not protecting the people. So that is now aim number 4 of our counterinsurgency strategy. By 2007, all these 4 had been achieved. All the 4 had been achieved. Couldn't capture power, couldn't control territory, could not, the other one was when 100 of them entered Uganda from Congo, and 87 of them were killed by the commandos in Semliki National Park. They had come to sabotage the Commonwealth. You remember 2007 we had the Commonwealth meeting. So apparently their incursion that time was to sabotage the Commonwealth meeting of that year by committing terrorist atrocities that would scare delegates from coming. Since that time, they could no longer send groups into Uganda. Mark all those words. Because we in the army, when you talk of a group, you mean a section, 12 people. A platoon, about 40 people. A company, it used to be 146, but these now have made it bigger. I think the company is now bigger. So, from 2007, when that group of 100 was wiped out, they could no longer send a group into Uganda. Now, if you can't send a group, then how about individuals? They don't come as a group, but they come as individuals. Individuals, which is another challenge to deal with. When somebody is no longer sending, I'm no longer sending a section, I'm no longer sending a platoon, because when I send, they are noticed and wiped out. So what do? Let me try now to send individuals. Individuals. They now try to concentrate on sending individuals that would plant bombs. You remember the bombs? The bombs. That would plant the bombs. They planted a total of 34 bombs You remember those bombs they were planting in the bus? But using individuals. I come alone, Nabanja comes alone, Badiamus comes alone, and we meet somewhere. Infiltrate from Congo to Uganda individually now. And those were the ones now planting the bombs. One person, two people planting the bomb. We however, eliminated all those bombing efforts by arresting or killing all those involved within Uganda. So that campaign of individual infiltration and planting bombs was also defeated. So ADF can no longer send a group, they can no longer send individuals to plant bombs. So what do the ADF now remained in Congo. This is where the anti-NRM foreign agents based in the Monitor paper become a comic group. There is a paper called Monitor. That Monitor is full of foreign agents. And I have now sent people to analyze them. We know who they are now and for whom they are working. They are foreign agents. So the Monitor newspaper, remember, I didn't come with the headlines. Headline, oh, terrible, Uganda has collapsed now. There were those headings of Monitor recently. You could trace them. This is where the anti-NRM foreign agents based in the Monitor paper become a comic group, a comic. Bakusesa. When the incident like the one of Nyabugando unfortunately occurs, they come up, security in Uganda has collapsed, etc. Now, what is the plan of these wonderful people? Is it to shift Uganda from the Great Lakes and put it where? Because you hear, we have eliminated ADF from Uganda. They can no longer operate in the rural areas. They don't control territory. They are in Congo. But from Congo, they can no longer infiltrate groups. They can no longer even easily infiltrate individuals. But we are still here. We have not shifted Uganda to take it to, I don't know where we would put it, which is safe. Middle East? Magara Uganda, Palestine. Our Monitor. Uganda to try to work at. France, all those places have their problems. So, for us, we are here in Uganda and in the Great Lakes. Ate bakusigala wano, ate tubadde wano all these millennia. So therefore, although we defeated ADF was still in the neighborhood. And in the neighborhood, we can't shift Uganda from here and put it where. So we had to struggle. We could not shift Uganda, and instead we fortified here by having a strong army and intelligence service. The question is, how do you ensure total security in the continent of Africa, where colonialism ensured excessive political balkanization? Because that's the challenge. You stabilize within Uganda, like for instance Karamoja, we have the same problem. You stabilize within the Karamoja, but the guns remain in Turkana in Kenya. And some other guns remain with Topotha in South Sudan. And some other guns remain with Pokot in Kenya. So, what do? You must see how to handle that situation. And I will tell you how we have been handling all these situations. And this is all because of the political balkanization, the fragmenting of Africa into these small states. Because a country like the United States, you have got one political authority, one management, from New York up to California. That is, you take 4 hours by plane to go from New York to California. It is like from here to Johannesburg, to Pretoria. All that land and people are under one political authority. So if there is security to be handled, it is handled by one authority. But here, from here, 20 kilometers from here, another political authority. So you have got so many authorities. So when you defeat the terrorists here, they go to shift to where you don't have authority to act. And that's what you, the young people, should be talking about. That's what we were dealing with when we were growing up. The integration of Africa. But now, operating where we are now, where the political landscape is fragmented, what do we do? If you have the right ideological orientation, you do what the NRM has done in Uganda by ensuring the following. Number one, a strong army that can fight any type of war. I can assure you, anybody who brings any type of war here, we shall defeat him, whoever he is.
Why?
Whoever he is.
Big
or small, we shall defeat him.
So number one. Number one.
December 2017. All this was on account of the diplomatic problem of the Congo government not allowing us to assist them with the ADF when neither they nor the UN have the capacity. This is what His Excellency Tshisekedi did in 2021 when he allowed us to attack the ADF. Since they had made the mistake of establishing big camps, we quickly degraded their strength, and they have now either fled to beyond our limit of exploitation, where we are allowed to operate by the Congo government, i.e. Beni Erengeti Commander Bunya Road, or they have broken into smaller groups, like the one in Marika Valley, south of the Mpondo Kasinde Beni Road, from where a small group that killed our grandchildren at Nyabugando Secondary School came from. In other words, within Uganda and the area west of the Rwenzori Mountains for a distance of about 70 kilometers to the west, as well as the Virunga National Park, ADF is no longer and can no longer be a military problem as long as the diplomatic problem of the Congo government allowing us to help them is maintained. We can also follow them beyond the present line of limit of exploitation when the government of Congo allows us. Therefore, the residual problem of ADF is an intelligence problem to locate where the remnants are and what they are planning. Because now we have the other two. We have the military. If they try to be big, we see them quickly and destroy them with all those means we have. The diplomatic, His Excellency Tshisekedi has now addressed it. So it is now remaining the intelligence problem. But this time the intelligence, because there are smaller numbers, the other eyes in the sky may not see these small numbers. So you need another way of locating the small numbers. So we already have good capacity in this area that we have used to degrade the ADF from a military force to a mere band of terrorists only looking for soft targets and armed people to kill. Why not attack a detachment of the army? Why not attack a police station? Why not ambush troops on the move if you are a fighter? They no longer have the capacity to do that. Why? We degraded them. We need to, therefore, fill some gaps in intelligence collection, and that will be the end of ADF both in Congo and Uganda. Attacks like the one of Nyabugando are on account of the relaxation in the area by the security forces because the area had been peaceful for a long time. Actually, as I wrote in my earlier piece, they had tried to do something similar north of the Rwenzori Mountain in Toroko on the 13th of November 2022. 51 of them entered Uganda in the area of Rwenzori to do exactly what they did at Nyabugando. However, the Wananchi saw them, quickly informed the army responded quickly, and 26 were killed, 25 were captured, 37 guns plus 7 IEDs were captured. In my executive order number 3 of 2023, and in an area directive of the 19th of May 2023, I had ordered the putting in place of police units of 18 persons per sub-county with some motorcycles to help them respond to calls of distress anywhere in the sub-county. I thought of the number of 18 because I wanted 12 to be regular armed police, and then the other 6 would provide the CIDs, etc. The 12 could be organized in squads of 4 each. One of these squads to be on standby, ready to move immediately to the area of need. These people are on standby, should be fully dressed, guns nearby, motorcycles fueled, ready to move any moment. This solves 2 problems. Number 1, they guard the police station so that you do not have situations where a police station is attacked by surprise because everybody was stand down, not ready. Secondly, they are ready to move out to respond without loss of time. Another squad should immediately come out to guard the station while the 3rd squad is resting, sleeping, so that they get fresh. They change every 8 hours. I saw somebody called Kabugo. There's a lady called Kabugo saying that the police had taken long to respond. However, with the implementation of the executive order, even in peacetime, because this business we have had peace here for a long time, so we are all relaxed, should not be there. There should always be a standby group, even in peacetime. However, with the implementation of the executive order, even in peacetime, there will be. So I suspect there was total stand down in the area, because when we say stand to, get ready. You are dressed up with your boots, with everything, with your gun nearby. In some cases, you are in the trenches if you are near if it is a field camp, or if it is like a police station, you are ready. But if you are not ready, something happened, then they come, then you start dressing up, then you lose time. You lose time. So therefore, I am directing the police. I had already directed them about the 18 per sub-county policemen. And we have the numbers. Get me my calculator. Because the police force is now 53,000. So if you put 18 policemen per sub-county, the sub-counties are like 2,000 something. That will be like 36,000 policemen. So you have the numbers. You should put them there, so that this business of delaying because people are not ready, because if you have 12 people, you break them into squads of 4. 4 armed and ready to move. But they need some picky-pickies, quick movement. Then when they finish 8 hours, another 4 come and stand by. Then when they finish another, the other ones, the rest, then the other 4. So in that way, you will be combining peace without stand down. Because now people, our security people confuse peace with stand down. Because there is peace. So I want to check what this Kabugo lady was talking about in the case of Mpondo. Because she said that one of the children walked to the police station, then they didn't respond. Yes, they may not respond because they are not ready. If you come, then I start dressing up. Tying shoes around takes time. So therefore, now, but if so, first of all, I think they may have been stand down. But besides, if there is a real threat, we shall not only have the police and the army, we shall also have LDUs. Because that's how we defeated the ADF in the mountains. We had the LDUs. So those who panic, like this monitor paper, who try to cause panic in the people. Oh, yes, there's a problem because we are near Congo, which is perpetually harboring those people. Unfortunately, there was some gap here, and they exploited it. But it will not continue. Now that we have a shock, we shall react. And if we react the way we have reacted in the past, what will they do? We have the army, we have the police, now stand by, we have the LDU. Why would anybody who has seen what has been done in the past cause panic among people? Really? Didn't you remember when we had bigger problems? When people were in IDP camps? How can you say the situation is out of hand unless you are an evil person wishing for people, or you are ignorant? If there is a terrorist threat in the area, we upgrade the situation by recruiting LDUs per parish. Those terrorists of Nyabugando would never have gone back if we had put these measures in place. It was just a gap, that is closable. Nevertheless, the Nyabugando terrorists have been followed. And now I was talking to Major General Dukolum. From that time, 12 of them have been killed. This particular group, 12 of them, and the commander, so-called commander among them, who had an actual name called Rubanga Keni, was killed among the 12. And 10 guns have been taken from this particular group. I got this from Major General Dukolum just before I came here. Here I had put less numbers because I wrote this a bit earlier. When there is a threat of terrorism or even ordinary crime, all the residents in the sub-county should have a toll-free sub-county police telephone number, which people under attack should ring. You see, for instance, it was just like the guards. The 20 guards, were they 20 or 17? There was 17 and 20. These terrorists attacked the dormitory of the boys first. The guards were not attacked, but they remained shouting. That's what I heard. They didn't run away. They just remained in place shouting because I think they thought people would come and rescue them. But if they had scattered, these people would never have got them. But they stayed in one place until they came and shouting. You can see this was just what the Ugandans say. Echekango, techimanyi muzira. When something comes as surprise, even a brave man can panic, according to the Uganda. Echekango, techimanya muzira. Even the Banyankore have a similar proverb. They say, they say that omukaru is the meat you put on the spit. Now, if you throw it to a dog, the dog may run away. Run away from meat. Because it thinks that you have thrown stone at it, when in fact you have thrown meat at it. So, surprise. The coordination now, the coordination. How to coordinate on anti-terrorism, but also ordinary crime. When there is a threat of terrorism or even ordinary crime, all the residents in the sub-county should have a toll-free sub-county police telephone number which people under attack should ring. When there was in Masaka area, a group of criminals called Chidawarime. When the Chidawarime group attacked people in the area of Masaka in 2018, on New Year's Day 2018, these people, criminals in Masaka, attacked people there. This was the initial problem, the problem of coordination. Because in the villages, when there's a problem, you make a nduru alarm. And everybody would hear in the village. They would come. Now, the nduru of today is the telephone. You ring the concerned group to come and respond. But if you are not well coordinated, that lack of enduro can also cause loss of time, and these criminals get away for some time. So when the Chidawarime group This boy was called Chidawarime. Attacked people in the area of Masaka on New Year's Day 2018. This was the initial problem, the coordination, the nduru. The criminals, using the noise of the disco that was in the trading center of Kisaka, tried to attack the home of Mr. Katerega, which was nearby, who was headmaster of a school in Muvende. Fortunately, the house windows had steel bars, and the wife refused to open. The people in the house were making alarm, but the disco noise from the trading center was drowning it. The wife, of course, had a phone. I say, of course, because everybody in Uganda has a phone now. And she rang her husband in Muvende, who then rang the RPC in Masaka, etc., etc. Such a long chain of alarm making wastes time. Fortunately, the criminals failed to enter the house of Katerega because of the Mtayimbwa, and somebody heard the alarm and responded. The thugs fled and killed a retired police officer by the names of SSP Dennis Chebugwao and 4 others on the way. However, one of the thugs lost his way and was arrested by the Wananchi and lynched, leaving some information behind. The police was now aware of the identity of the criminals, but not where they were hiding. However, the villagers were now alert, because I visited this area on New Year's Day 2018, and we talked about to the people, we told them to be ready to ring now. Instead of the woman ringing the husband who is in Mbende, who then rings another policeman whom he knows, the communication should be within the sub-county, from the victim to the police of the area. Instead of that long chain of... However, the villagers were now alert. On the 10th of April, 2018, you see, the other attack was in January. This was now 10th April, 4 months after. On the 10th of April, 2018, the gang attacked a house in Mukono village, Bukurura sub-county, which threw away the phone. As the thugs were entering her room, as the criminal, Chidawarime, was now ordering Nachambade to undress etc., the police arrived and shot at the thug that was outside the house. Chidawarime was forced to abandon his project of raping the victim, tried to run, but was gunned down. So this was just communication. Communication. Nduru going to the right place in time. The whole gang was eventually wiped out. The criminals and the terrorists Uganda continues to face, given the strong foundation of the NRA UPDF, are easy to solve, given the defeat we inflicted on the militarized versions of the counter-revolution in the forms of CONY and ADF, original and the external backers. Because these people, we defeated them long ago. The fact that they can no longer operate as a military force. Mubibinja. They can no longer operate in groups. Mubibinja over Obubinja. They can no longer operate as Mubibinja, not even as Obubinja. Now the only way they can do is individuals. And why can they not operate in Mubibinja? Because they know to do so is death. Yeah. Because then we can see you more easily, and we deal with you. We have the capacity to deal with you. So now, the way is to be in smaller individuals or smaller groups. So it is now. So what do we remain with? If they can no longer operate as military groups, what do we need to deal with? It is just a case of alertness. Number one, intelligence gathering, and coordination between the security forces and the public. Jemirimo jetulina kwe kusomozebwa. Alertness, intelligence gathering, and coordination between the forces and the public. That's what happened in Toroko on the 13th of December 2022, when the 51 came to kill people. They wanted to do the same in Toroko like they did in Uganda. But there, the identification happened quickly. The army research was informed, and they didn't waste time, and action was taken. And the whole group was wiped out, 51 of them. 25 or so killed, the other ones captured. Therefore, in conclusion, the attack on the children at Nyabugando by ADF does not mean strength, but great weakness. They cannot attack an army detachment. They cannot attack a police station, and they cannot attack soldiers on the move. The only people they can attack are the unarmed people. How can that be strength? Nevertheless, what they do is reprehensible, inhuman, and so unfair to the victims and should not happen. Who are the people to stop these brutalities? Uganda, working with the countries of the region, using military, intelligence, and diplomatic means. I'm going to call the National Security Council in the coming, maybe next week or if there is time, because I've seen some people moving around, like I saw one RDC in Chejegwa closing United Discourse. Executive order in place, police, I can see, is that Katsugazi? Put my executive order in place, be standby, have the communication, and let the Wazukuru Basanyuke have their things, but tell them what to do in the case of. Because I don't think ADF is but we shall discuss it. We shall discuss it more formally and issue a written order. ADF is being wiped out. On the side of the Uganda population, all of us need to be involved in wealth creation through PDM, the Myoga, the commercialization of agro-Muslim sheikhs the other day, that all the families need to be involved in wealth creation so that they have income and the children are not desperate, staying with the uncles, staying with what. That's how they get lured away, because they have some discomforts at home. So I thank you and I wish you good luck.
Byebyo ebigambo bya mukulu Museveni byayogedde mu kwogera kwe. Agambye ADF Uganda tekyaliyo, era mubeere basanyufu abazzukulu mukube disco mukube dance, tewali ADF egenda kubakuba. Agambye ADF yagifunyaafunya dda, yagimalamu dda amaanyi, tekyalina lugendo kyalina kyesobola kukola mu ggwanga Uganda. Tewakyasobola kukolera mu kibinja, tewakyasobola kukolera mu bubinja, wala balina kukola kinnakimu. Atambula omu najja n'akola obulabe bwakoze n'atambula n'agenda. Wabula kyesimanyi oba Kaseesa balumba essomero yali muntu omu oba babiri. Anaatubuulira. Naye nga kyekyo ensonga zazitegeeza bulungi nti tewakyali ADF yagimalamalamu dda amaanyi, naye tatubuulidde ate kati ani atta bannayuganda. Kwaba ogamba ADF teriiwo mwagifulula, ate abaana b'e nga battiddwa, then ani yabatta? ADF oba waliwo omuntu omulala? Anyway, ajja kwa annyonnyodde nga bw'annyonnyodde, abategedde mu bitegedde. Agambye agenda fuba okulaba kyasobola okukola okulaba nga ADF tuddamu kukola bino, era ayagala beteekebwa abapoliisi 18 ku buli kyalo, nga bakola bana mu shift okulaba nga baziyiza nga bino, babeere nga bali stand by ready in case omuntu ajja n'aloopa nti waliwo obuzibu nga basitukewo tebadde ate kwambala ngatto, kwambala uniform, wala batambikirawo nga balumba nga batereeza ekiba kiguddewo. Ensonga endala nti bannayuganda nti temuddamu kutya, nti waliwo abatiisatiisa. Nakonya ku lupapula lwa Daily Monitor nti bwe luwandiikamu lutiisatiisa okulaga ng'ensi eguddemu nabe, ng'ensi etakyalimu mirembe, ng'ensi etakyalimu butebenkevu. Agambye Daily Monitor erina beekolera, yabategedde era balina okwetereeza okulaba nga tebatiisatiisa bannayuganda. Agambye alemeseza ADF okubaako keyeekolera, nti baali baagala okubaako ekitundu kye bakwata bakifuge, basobole okutandikirawo okumuggya mu ntebe, naye abalemesezza okubaako ekitundu kye bafuga. Naye wako example ekyokulabirako nti ye bwe yali alwana emyaka 5 mu nsiko, emyaka 4 yagimala nga yafuga Luweero. Kati lwakuba ye yafuga emyaka 4 Luweero nga alina ekifo, kati ate yeetaaga kuba banne mwaganya. Abantu beeyagaliza. Kale nno byebyo okugera kwa Museveni nga bwe kubadde, ebigambo bye byayogedde era bannayuganda nga bwabibawadde, nti mwesuneko ADF tekyaliwo, abazzukulu mweyagale mutakale mukube dansi ndombolo ya solo. ADF teriiyo, yagambye yagimala dda amabbanyi, tekyasobola kunyega wadde okufuguma. Mbaagala nnyo mwenna abaddeko, mwebale kubaako, mwebale kutwagala, mwebale kutugoberera. Omukama Katonda nsaba bankuumire, tujja kuddamu tuwaye, mweraba.